Hello everyone, welcome back to Basics of Mechatronics class. In this session, I would like to introduce you what Arduino is. Okay, based on the information I have collected from its official website, an Arduino is an open source electronics platform based on easy to use hardware and software. Any Arduino boards or the hardwares are typically built based on microcontrollers such as ATmega32 series or STM32. To give you more explanation about what Arduino do, here I'll show you a block diagram representing a robot performing self-positioning task. Suppose that the controller we choose is an Arduino. The Arduino is responsible for making decision whether the robot has to move forward, has to move backward, or even has to stay at rest. The decision is made based on three important components, including actual position being sensed by the sensor, and then it is also based on the desired position set by the operator and the program. So at least there are three components required by the Arduino to make decision: actual position, desired position, and program. To make a program or to write a program on the Arduino, we need a computer. So this computer behaves as a programming device, allowing the operator or programmer to write the code, and then the operator will be able to download the program from the computer to the Arduino. Other than that, the computer can be also utilized as a monitoring device because the computer is able to show the real-time data about the robot. So the operator can observe the exact location of the robot based on the actual position being measured by the position sensor. Furthermore, the computer can be directly connected to the cloud or to the internet, or even some Arduinos are able to make direct communication with internet, because some of them are equipped with Wi-Fi module. There is an embedded Wi-Fi module on it. That's why the manufacturer claims that Arduino is able to publish something online. You can imagine that you have your own robot, currently active. It is moving, and then you can monitor where your robot is located using your smartphone, because you can connect your Arduino to the internet or to the cloud. The controller makes decision in form of voltage, typically ranging between 0 up to 5 volt, with current starting from 0 up to 40 milliamperes. Okay, this kind of signal or this kind of electricity is not able to actuate the motor directly. That's why here we need a shield, or in more general term, this is a signal conditioning element, typically made of signal amplifier or power amplifier. Okay, and then the motor will rotate, allowing the robot to achieve its precise location as expected by the operator or the programmer. This is the screenshot of Arduino families. I took from official website of the Arduino. There are Nano families, MKR families, Classic one, and Mega family. The Nano one is the smallest one, so I'm highlighting tiny footprint Arduino. it has Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. Some of them, some of them has Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and some of them has embedded sensors such as temperature, humidity, pressure, gesture, or even microphone. So you can create or make your own amazing project using this tiny family of Nano. Yeah. Okay, and I'm highlighting MicroPython. It is suitable, it is compatible with MicroPython, and it supports machine learning as well. And one more thing I would like to enhance here is there is Arduino Nano motor carrier. Yeah, previously I've introduced you power amplifier, allowing us to control high power motor using Arduino. Yeah, so it is actually an additional board, provided by the manufacturer, to bridge the Arduino Nano and the motor you want to operate. Yeah. The next family is MKR. It is more sophisticated than the Nano. Yeah, it consists of not only boards, but also there are some shields, and carriers. Yeah, these terminologies are made by the manufacturer. Yeah, one thing, we can create using the combination of board, shields, and carriers is we can make an amazing projects, without any additional circuitry. Yeah, so if you don't like to create or to develop your own hardware, you can use this family of Arduino, MKR. Some of them enables us to perform wireless communication using Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, LoRa, Sigfox, and BIoT. Yeah, and even there is a crypto chip, on the board, because sometimes security issue is important. Yeah, so to have secure communication with the through internet, this chip is secured using crypto chip. There are so many shields and carriers, such as environmental sensors. Okay, I haven't read what they are. Please check it out by yourself. There is GPS, Ethernet, motor control, and even RGB matrix. Yeah, so you may have something like LCD, and then you can animate the LED to perform visual communication between the Arduino and the user. This is classic one. Okay, the classic one are considered as the backbone, of the success story, of the Arduino. It leads the Arduino, to success for so many years, and the most highlighted item is Arduino Uno R3, which is the item I'm going to use during the demonstration. The last one is Mega family. It offers us a powerful computation process. So for any complicated system requiring fast computation, you may choose Mega family. In addition, the manufacturer provides us Arduino Giga display shield. So this one is actually a touchscreen device. We can connect directly on the Arduino Mega, without reducing the functionality of the Arduino Mega itself. So it allows us to make our mechatronic system more interactive, because we can display all real-time parameters of the robot or of the mechatronic system through this display, using graphical information. Other than that, you can also apply some input using this touch screen. Yeah, so it will be more interactive. Alright, this is the classic one we are going to use during the demonstration, during the practicum. Yeah. There are some important informations I need to tell you. The first one is there are some analog pins. Yeah, at least there are 6 analog pin outs, allowing us to collect different data from 6 different sensors. Yeah, analog sensors. Suppose that you have 6 angular position sensors. Yeah. You have 6 degree of freedom robot. Yeah, you are able to measure all of the angular position using these analog inputs. Yeah. On the other hand, there is digital I/O area. Yeah, this is I/O because every single of them, yeah, can be either an input or an output, depends on how we program it. Yeah, if we program this as input, yeah, a single pin out, yeah, will be able to operate a detector. For instance, if you have a metal detector, the metal detector will inform us, yeah, if there is a metal. Yeah, the information will be delivered through this, let's say, pin out number 0. Yeah, the information will be in voltage, let's say 5 volts. Yeah, if there is no metal is being detected, yeah, the voltage delivered to this pin out will be 0 volt. Yeah, and then please note that the maximum current we can apply to every single pin out is 40 milliampere. Never exceed this amount of ampere. If you do so, yeah, you will fry your Arduino, yeah, and you will leave a permanent damage on the Arduino. Yeah, so please be careful. You have to calculate the electrical current you apply on it precisely. Yeah, typically we apply current at most 20 milliampere for safety reason. Yeah, we never apply current around 40. It's too risky. Yeah. Okay, there is a power indicator. I think it's not so important. Sometimes it is important. Yeah, but here let me show you that this is the ATmega 328P. This is the microcontroller. Yeah, so please remember that Arduino is not equal to a microcontroller. Yeah, some of Arduino are made based on STM32. Yeah, another type of microcontroller. Yeah, so if all computation process is performed inside this powerful microcontroller. Yeah, I say it's powerful enough, yeah, for hobby purpose. Yeah, if you want to control something very precise, you need to find your own microcontroller. Yeah. Okay. Another chip embedded on it is communication integrated circuit. Yeah, it allows us to make communication, yeah, with the computer. Yeah. So the Arduino will not be able to perform digital communication with the computer without this integrated circuit. Yeah. Of course, it is bridging the microcontroller and the USB connector. Yeah, this is USB connector. There is a reset button. There is a clocking device. Yeah, this is an electrical component which generates rectangular pulses with frequency of 16 megahertz. 6 megahertz. Yeah. The higher the frequency of the clocking, yeah, then the faster the Arduino works. Yeah, but however, yeah, you have to check the compatibility of the clocking component and the ATmega 32 series. Yeah, there is a voltage regulator. Yeah, it regulates the power or the voltage, yeah, and it maintains the voltage at 5 volts. Yeah, you see that there is a 5 volt pin out here, yeah, allowing us to obtain 5 volt, even though the voltage we apply through this port is ranging between 7 to 12. Yeah, so it is tolerance, yeah, allowing us to even apply 12 volt, yeah, where 12 volt is suitable with automotive applications. Yeah, most of automotive cars, yeah, utilize voltage in form of 12 volt. Because of the regulator, we may have 5 and 3.3. Yeah, in some cases, this supply 3.3 and 5, yeah, are absolutely required. Yeah, and then there is grounding, yeah, and there is VIN. So the input voltage can be alternatively applied through this pin instead of that pin. Yeah, there is a reset alternative reset button. Yeah, if we apply 5 volt to this pin out, the Arduino will reset. This is I/O reference. Yeah, the input output reference is 5 volt by default, which means that if the metal detector send us 5 volt, yeah, the high state or 1, yeah, is equal to 5 volt. Yeah. Okay, by default it is 5. Yeah, if you are connecting this to, let's say, 8 volts, yeah, so the state of high will be equal to 8. Yeah, so it depends on what kind of detector you use. If the detector is working with 12, yeah, so you have to connect this with 12, and then all digital inputs, yeah, will be compatible with 12 volt digital inputs. There is analog reference. Yeah, by default it is equal to 5. Yeah, if your sensor provides voltage ranging between 0 and 10 volts, let's say, yeah, so you have to apply 10 volts to this one. Yeah, it allows us to connect 10 volt sensors, yeah, directly to this analog input. Yeah. Okay, for more detail about what is the maximum value of a reference, analog reference, yeah, you have to read carefully the specification of the Arduino, yeah, which is provided by the manufacturer. There are so many accessories: touchscreen, GSM module, Bluetooth, Ethernet, yeah, Wi-Fi, allowing us to make our Arduino based system can be connected to internet and more interactive because of the touchscreen. Also, you can drive something mechanical using motor driver. In the next session, I would like to show you these items, yeah, how to program, the main course of the programming, which are digital output, digital input, analog input, and analog output, yeah, which is not exactly analog. Yeah, this is exactly PWM output. There are so many platforms and softwares you can use. Yeah. In the demonstration, I would like to show you how to program Arduino using Arduino IDE, yeah, which is the software provided by the manufacturer of Arduino itself. Yeah. And also, I would like to show you how to program the Arduino using MATLAB, using Simulink, and even using LabVIEW. That's all my presentation, and see you again. Thank you.